Your best applicants aren't scrolling Indeed. A lot of home service businesses, they have the same hiring and recruiting strategy. They wait till they need to fill a role, whether that's a technician, a sales rep, or an office admin, and then they go to these job posting sites like Indeed or ZipRecruiter. They slap together the same ad. Maybe they use ChatGPT, and it always looks the same. We're hiring, insert role, here's what we need, and then they hope and they wait. And then they wonder, why are all the applicants that I'm getting, why are they so average? Here's the funny thing. All of your competition is doing the exact same strategy. They go to a job posting site, they post, and they wait. And so then everybody gets average results. I call that fishing in an overfished pond. When everybody's fishing into the same pond and they're all just pulling out the fish, eventually the pond becomes overfished. What ends up happening is that all of your competition starts competing for the same small pool who are actively looking for work. And so these active applicants, they start shopping around. They go to your competition, they go to you, they go to your other competition, they compare offers, they negotiate harder, and then eventually they're quicker to leave because they know they have a lot of other options. Here's the funny thing. The best candidates, they're not applying anywhere. They already have jobs. They're already doing well in their current jobs. They're not spending their weekends scrolling through Indeed. Nobody does that. Just because they're not actively looking doesn't mean that they're not open to joining your team. It just means that we have to reach them in a different way. These people are called passive applicants, and they're actually the people that we want. Passive applicants, they're more stable, they're more consistent, and they're less likely to hop around from place to place to place. But they're never going to learn about your company or your job if you're only posting on job posting boards because they're not there. They're not actively looking. So this becomes a visibility problem. If no one knows that you're hiring, how can they possibly apply? They can't. So what's the fix? My favorite solution for this is we have to start recruiting in areas where they're already hanging out. I want to imagine, who's my ideal applicant? What do they look like? What do they like to do? Where are they hanging out? Some roles we can find great people through local networks, but eventually that runs dry because everyone only knows so many people. My favorite method for reaching passive applicants, people who aren't actively looking, is actually social media. Tools like Facebook and Instagram. Everybody already knows that social media can be extremely powerful for getting customers, for advertising your business, but so few home service businesses are actually using social media to build their team, find great people, find the people that make growing their business easier. And that's why this is so overlooked, because with social media, I can reach thousands or tens of thousands of people to let them know that, hey, we're looking for a technician. We're looking for an office admin. We can reach tens of thousands of passive people and get dozens, sometimes hundreds of people to raise their hand and say, I'm interested in your open jobs. Tell me more. When we start reaching people who aren't even actively applying, we're no longer competing with all of our competition. We get to reach them where they already are. The moment we expand our reach is the moment we stop competing with competitors. We reach so many people, we get so many applicants, and then we pick the best of the best. That's why tools like social media, they're so slept on for recruiting. Whether that's an infield role like a technician for a plumber or an electrician or HVAC or painting, whether it's an office admin role or a dispatch role, even if it's a sales rep role or a project manager or any kind of general manager, we get to reach more people, get more applicants, and then we get to pick the best of the best. That's why I'm such a firm believer in stopping fishing in the ponds where all our competition is searching. That's Indeed and ZipRecruiter. I'm a big believer in using social media, modern tools in order to reach the people that we want to bring onto our team. Stop fishing where everybody else is fishing. Go where the people actually are.